Hey guys, welcome back. This kit came from my friend Paul Olsen. Paul is a good friend, and Paul has contributed to the channel significantly. He sent me this kit along with several others a while back. You can go back and check that video out. It's one where I'm holding a box. It's on the thumbnail, but he sent me something I'd never seen, which that's not uncommon. I have not seen a lot of this stuff, and it was a Tomy model kit, and it was a Porsche 356A Speedster, 32nd scale, multi-material Tomy model collection. I looked this up on ScaleMates, but I couldn't find anything about it. It's kit number MMN3201-2300. I did, however, find a similar kit. It was the race car version, and they said that it was approximately 1986. So that, I'm thinking that's pretty close, and maybe somewhere inside here I'll find a date. But because it's a Japanese manufacturer, a lot of times I don't think you will. They had some other cool, very cool model kits. That 250 Ferrari's neat. But anyway, yeah, so let's open it up. This thing is really petite and tiny, and it is very cool. So I want you to see this, and it has some metal parts. And there was a surprise a while ago when I opened this up. Much of a surprise, and I'll tell you about that. So the instructions. Let's see if I can find some kind of date code. I'm seriously doubting it already. It does have English instructions as well, but I don't see. There's quite a few little parts for such a small little car. Yeah, I don't see any. Printed in Japan, 1985. That's probably getting us pretty close. So that was dot 11. I don't know if that's 11th month of 85, but I bet that 1986 date is pretty close then. Very cool. So yeah, Tomy, I remember they made toys, cars and stuff, but I never knew they made model kits. Look at this. This thing is so tiny. So, and I hate to do this, but the bags are still stapled. I thought you were over that, Matthew. I am over it, but when there's really special stuff like this, it's pretty cool to keep it. But I'll pop the staple, and we'll check out starting with the body, kind of like a spoiler, kind of like, look at the coolest thing right up front. But look at this. This thing is tiny. I mean, it's not a big car anyway. A Porsche 356 is a small little car. Look at that. What cool lines these cars had. Very cool. So reminiscent of a Volkswagen in some ways. Headlights, the engine style, not the engine, it's not the same at all, but it is the style, very similar. They're cousins to the Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, I think the headlights may be really close, if not the same as the VW Beetle early model headlights. But that is too cool. It does have one marking excuse me, under there. It just says Japan. So it does have an opening hood, front hood, and engine compartment opening hood, or opening deck lid, or whatever you call it. And these are this is one of the kits that would have let me change the tone of this light. Ooh, that was worse. So it has the little box of parts here that is stapled. So it's stapled to the box. That's very significant in what I'm about to say. If you'll notice, this has metal parts, metal beam, front beam, transaxle and axles. Has some photo etch pieces here, and two rods. I don't know if those are the axles. I doubt it. And then it's got these tires. And I'm not going to take the tires out, but they are Very cool, and you probably can't, but they have really nice looking tread on them. And I wish you could see that. I just hate to pop this out. There's no way you can see the tread, but anyway, the tires look just phenomenal. They're neat. But if you'll notice, there's a missing spot here. It's where the engine would have been, but I'm kind of giving it away. So when I got this kit, I opened it and I looked at it and I'm like, oh man, that stinks. The engine's gone. I said, oh well, I can just, it'd be somewhat of a curbside, because you can see where the cardboard was torn and the engine was gone. I thought maybe Paul bought it used, or maybe Paul detailed the engine and had it on display or something like that. But to my surprise, when I opened it up a while ago, I looked under this, and guess what was in there? Yes, that engine was in there. So it's a little pot metal, but look at that. Isn't that neat? Pot metal, like 1600cc, I think is what these were. Twin, two 1-barrel carburetors, I believe would have been. But yeah, too cool. I can't believe the engine was in there. And then the bottom part of the engine, oops, nicely detailed, just like it ought to look. That's really cool. So I was so shocked and happy to find that the engine had just, it was stuck under there. So there it is. Isn't that awesome? I'm just thrilled. It's a complete kit where I was thinking it wasn't. But yeah, so I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to pull these tires out or anything right now. It's got 5 tires. It's got a spare that goes under the hood, as a matter of fact. Isn't that crazy for such a small scale? And these bags aren't opened, but this one is. And this has your underside of the chassis. Even has the heater. It's like the heater boxes or controls or whatever those are right there. Maybe a little different than a Volkswagen. Not sure how I'm sure the heater, it was still a hot air heater, but off of the exhaust. But I'm not familiar with the underside of a Porsche as much as I am a Volkswagen. But that's that. There's the top. Just the coolest little stuff. The top looks phenomenal. That thing looks awesome. It's got the nice texture. Also has a boot, I think you'd call it. That's what I call it, for if you had the top down. But the detail is just beautiful. It has the front side here. There's your fuel tank. And it looks like the battery might have been down front on this, I guess. And the spare tire would go right there in the center. And we've got our steering wheel, which is upside down. I think it would be like this. Your gear shifter, along with, now how many of you guys know what this is? So you've got the gear shifter and you've got this little knob thing right here. What is that? Well, it's in a different place than a VW Beetle, but I think I know what that is. So in the early model VW Beetles, 1967 and down, would have had the heater control on the beam, which would have been right beside the gear shifter on the Volkswagen, and it would have been a knob that you turned. So you would turn it, and as you turn it, it would draw a cable up, and it would open up the heater boxes, your heat exchangers. And I think that's what that's supposed to be. It's the little heater control knob right behind the gear shifter, or possibly in the front of the gear shifter, as a matter of fact, from the way the gear shifter's angled back. So yeah, I believe that's what that is. There's your little door panels. There's your dashboard right there, and there's your exhaust. Okay, so it does have heat exchangers, and it has, I don't want to bore you with the Volkswagen stuff, but so these heat exchangers are very similar to the early model Volkswagen heat exchangers. So in 1956, along with this Porsche, the Volkswagen Beetle would have had a different heat exchanger. It had these really small ones in the back. It wouldn't have been, the newer Volkswagen Beetles had a full-size heat exchanger. It traveled all the way down the exhaust pipe. But the early model Volkswagen Beetles had the heat exchanger was only on the back of the J-pipe. So that's just like what the Volkswagen would have been, and then your little exhaust. So there you go, for your Volkswagen history lesson for today. You're welcome. Little seats. Very neat. Very neat. Okay, we'll get this bag. This also has a figure in it. As you noticed on the box when I was showing it to you earlier, it has a figure of a lady dressed in her 1950s apparel, looks like. I'll show it to you one more time. So there she is right there, all ready to go for a ride in her 356A Porsche. She's ready to go. So she's in this bag. She's a little dismembered, but I think we can get her arms back on her. So there she is. Pretty lady there. In her high heel. There's another heel up here. And there's her two arms. One bent and one straight. That's neat. This looks like a cover possibly that would have gone over the spare tire possibly. But it looks a little big for that. I don't know. I'll check into it. There's the dash instrument panel. Your arms and legs, no, your bumpers, which would be body color except for a chrome strip that goes on it, and the little bumpers. And there's the engine lid. Very tiny. I mean, this thing is tiny. Look, my finger is bigger than the engine compartment, literally as big as the hood, and the hood as well. So that is too cool. This thing is beautiful quality. Beautiful quality. And it's not some other manufacturer, it's Tomy. That is too cool. By the way, these aren't cheap kits. From what I'm seeing on eBay, these things are upwards of $70, $80. Here's your chrome tree. Oh wow. So it's got your five lug wheels, which I'll be perfectly honest with you, that 5-lug pattern, I thought that they had the same 5-lug pattern as the Beetle, but that looks bigger or smaller. That looks the pattern looks smaller. Don't know. I'm not sure about that. There's your headlights, chrome strips for the lower portion of the body right there. Right there. That's what these are. Here's your door handles. Some turn markers. Uh-oh, I see a piece that's... Oh, it's in the back. Whew. So these are your little... where the blinkers are, right here. And probably the horn would be hiding behind one of those. And the other one is in the bag. Right there. And, let's see, this is your hood ornament type deal that goes on the front hood. Right here. And I'm not sure where that goes. Probably on the light for the tag, I would think. No, it goes under the tag. Yes, so it would be the light. And then here's your bumper chrome that would go on those painted bumpers. And it looks like decals possibly. Yes. There's your decals, or your decals, or your decals, depending on what side of the world you're on, or north or south. But yeah, there it is, 356 old. So Tomy, Japan, 356A Speedster. Speedster. And there's your Porsche emblem, your gauges, and the other. I bet these would fall apart, but maybe not. Maybe they would hold together. And one last little bag here. I'll open it up too, which is your glass and something else here. Wow. So the window. Oh, it's already got chrome on it. How do you like that? How did that happen? So the window, or the front glass, has already got chrome on it. Now someone could have possibly popped it on there, but I don't see on the chrome tree that it's missing. So how do you like that? The chrome is already on the window. Never in my life seen that. It is. It's like made onto it. Why be? It's not like a chrome piece. It's like almost like foil. Man, that's neat. And then your rear window. You're not going to see too many people coming up on you because that window is tiny, and then your headlights. But they're very, very neat. Very detailed. And this last, oh, it's your tags, your license plate tags. Oh, and a little display. So Porsche Speedster, and then it has some license plates, some probably European or Japanese license plates or something like that. So that's it. That's cool. That is very cool. Thank you, Paul, for gifting this to me. I've got to build it one day. This is just so cool, and just a wonderful quality little model kit. As I'm currently building an MPC. Woo! Yeah, it would be an absolute pleasure to build this kit. But it's a little, like I say, just such a small little guy, girl. It's just so small, and I think that is really cool. So hope you guys like this. Let me know, have you ever built a Tomy kit? I mean, I didn't have any idea that they made model kits, but apparently they made some. And yeah, like I say, they not only the Porsche, they looks like they did the Porsche, the Mercedes 300 SL, which would be cool, that Ferrari 250 GTO, man, and Jaguar SS 100. So that is really neat. And there's the barcode if you want to scan it and see if it's on eBay. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, again, thank you, Paul. Thanks to you guys. I see one piece of chrome that I'm looking for. Where's it? So, oh, okay, this would be photo etch. The air intake for the rear deck. It's photo etch. There it is, right there. Along with the windshield wipers, the rear view mirror, side mirror, and some other piece. Anyway, yeah, cool. I'll put this back in the stash, and I'll have to make a point to build this little guy and take it to a show sometime. Man, that's neat. All right, hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, as always, go check out hobbynutmodels.com, linked in the description of the video. Grab yourself some great MCW paint, Tamiya paint. He's got all the rattle can Tamiya paint colors. Go over there, check him out. Model kits, glues, sandpapers, and if you like armor, which I don't know who would, but I'm just joking, that's cool too, just not me. He's got all that stuff too. Go over and check it out, hobbynutmodels.com. Click on the link in the description, it'll carry you right there. Also, thank you to my Patreon members, guys, you're great. And but most importantly, guys, you fellas, you ladies, I'm behind watching this, watching my finger point at you're very important to me, and I'm so grateful for you. If you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know if you've built one of these. I want to know about it. And yeah, anyway guys, thanks a lot, and we'll see you real soon. Yeah, I'm done. All right guys, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.